Hello everyone! Friends, I'm so glad you're watching this video. Today, I'll share with you a strategy that can become a real assistant in trading. I'd like to remind you again that I use only proven indicators with which I can earn money. Here, you will not meet suspicious traders who offer false signals or in forex strategies for binary options, deceiving their subscribers. In this video, you will see a real working strategy with which you can significantly increase your balance, regardless of the size of the deposits. Or just conduct calm trading, since our technique is suitable for any style. Get ready for the fact that today we will analyze a new, easy to understand and effective strategy that will help you accelerate your deposit or get a stable income. Let's get started and dive into the details. Today, we will work with you with indicators, alligator plus fractal plus momentum. To implement this strategy, we will need a 1-minute time frame, and the expiration time of trades will be from 3 to 5 minutes, with an impasse on 3 minutes. In my case, I will use an amount of $1,000 for each trade. Ready? Let's get to the point and analyze our strategy in more detail. Now, let's move on to the interesting part. I will show you a combination of several indicators that together help me make money. We will use the 3 indicators that I mentioned above. The first indicator, alligator, forms 3 moving average lines on the price chart. Fractal forms arrows above the candles, in red and green. There are factors for opening and closing a trade. The green arrow means that we will open for a decrease. But the red one, on the contrary, means for an increase. Momentum at the bottom of the entire chart forms candles that have a 0 value. When the candles reverse, when the price reverses, you can safely open a trade. Let's not dwell on this and move on to our first trade. When analyzing the chart, you can see that our main moving average, shown in green, is close to the top of the price move. According to my analysis, a green arrow will appear soon, which also indicates that the green line will cross the other 2 moving averages, starting a move from top to bottom. We open a trade of $1,000 with an expiration of 3 minutes. Let's get started. Here is our first trade close, obviously closed in plus $920 to the balance. During the trade, we observed the price reversal, and also on our momentum indicator under the chart, we could see how the candles approached the 0 value, and the reversal occurred. Overall, the trade was successful. Interesting. Let's move on with you. Second trade. Judging by the chart and the indicator located under the chart, you can see a lot of red, which indicates that we will open a trade for an increase. This also can be proven by our second indicator, fractal, which currently shows red arrows. Let's not wait too long and open our second trade. Let's see what happens this time. Third trade. After analyzing all the indicators, I came to the conclusion that the trade should be open for an increase. The momentum indicator is not approaching the 0 value, and the fractal indicator shows a red arrow down. All this indicates that the trade will be open for an increase. Let's get down to business. 3 minutes flew quickly. The trade closed in plus, and it was of course obvious from the first minutes. Plus $920 to the balance. Our price has moved away from our entry point quite well. I will also add information about our main green moving average line. It began to go up slowly towards the end of the trade, basically like the other two. For trade. Analyzing the chart, you can see that 3 moving averages were actively moving from bottom to top at the beginning. But by the opening of the trade, they began to gradually fall down, which means that the opening of this trade will be bearish. Let's open it already and monitor our price. 3 minutes passed successfully. The trade closed in profit. In the middle of the trade, we could notice a price reversal and the intersection of 2 moving average lines of red and green colors. But even despite this intersection of these lines, the price still went down. I will tell you that the price went quite far from our entry point. This is very good. But let's not focus too much on this trade and move on to the 5th trade. It only gets more and more interesting from here. 5th trade. This time, we have an interesting beginning before the trade. You can see the following picture on the chart. According to our fractal indicator, a green arrow has drawn upwards, which means that the opening should be downwards, since in the future a new red arrow will be formed from below. But I will clarify that here the situation will be slightly similar to the first trade. The trade for $1,000 has closed. Our price has grown, there was a price reversal at the end of the trade, and there was also an intersection on the alligator indicator. We also see that our balance is plus $920. We have really good trades today. 6th trade. We will open this trade for an increase. This is because we see a red arrow at the bottom of the candle according to the fractal indicator. And this is exactly what indicates that the trade will go up. We also have candles according to the momentum indicator. We see a transition from green to red. In general, let's not keep us waiting and open our next trade. The trade closed, and I will say again, successfully, plus $920 in our wallet. According to the chart, we can see that again, the price from our entry point went far. And I will also add about the moving averages, which began to stretch from the bottom up quite well. These 3 minutes were good. Let's move on. 7th trade. On this chart, we see a green arrow on top of the candle, according to our second fractal indicator. And this is a sign of opening the trade for a decrease. We'll not discuss it for long, let's open it already. Our time frame was 3 minutes. The trade was fast and quite successful, plus $920 to the balance again. I can say that nothing particularly interesting happened on this trade. The price didn't go very far from our entry point. Our sliding lines almost didn't move either. Let's move on. 8th trade. According to the chart, we see that the green moving average line crosses from bottom to top, according to our alligator indicator. And here too, a new red arrow will soon be formed from below. And this means that we will open this trade for an increase. The trade closed and we have plus $920 result on our balance. Our price didn't go far from the entry point. I will also note that in the middle of the trade, there was an intersection. The green line crossed the red one from the bottom up, which means that there was a price reversal, and this was not observed in this trade anymore. 9th trade. Looking at the chart on the 9 trade, we see that our first indicator and its 3 moving average lines are going from below, and slowly and uncertainly upwards. This is a fact that we can open a bearish trade. Let me remind you that our time frame is 3 minutes and we're opening for $1,000. Let's get started with the opening. The trade closed in another plus. This trade seems as if it outplayed another trades. The price went very far from the initial entry point, and the moving averages also showed a confident movement from top to bottom. At least on this trade, we saw something interesting. Let's move on. 10 trade. The trade will be bullish. There are reasons for this. As you can see, we have a red arrow drawn on our second fractal indicator. I also see that the price will soon reverse and will go from a green candle to a red one, according to our momentum indicator. The trade closed with a profit, $920. In the last minutes, we see how our main moving average begins to cross the red line from the bottom up, which indicates a price reversal. In principle, it was also a rather interesting and good trade. Let's see what happens on our last 11 trade. In conclusion of our discussion, we can confidently say that the combination of alligator, fractal, and momentum indicators that we have chosen has demonstrated quite good results. Today clearly confirms this. I consider 10 successful trades to be a very good result. This strategy is easy to use, simple, and requiring no specialized skills. This is a truly working strategy that brings me a stable profit. That's probably enough for today, and I wish everyone successful trades and good profits. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like, and leave your comments.